That's it! They're running! We did it! We did it!
I'm sorry we got here a little late.
I want time to gather my men.
I thought I saw your squad up at the manor house.
The dead ones. I don't want to see them buried here. I want to take them home.
Well, they've certainly earned that, at least. Commander Shakowitz, are you all right?
I'll be home soon. They will surrender soon.
The Bosch? That's not likely, not while they still have a way out.
That being
Shambua.
Get a 30 on that position there. Huxley, find some more sandbags.
From Major Holden.
The Poles and Canucks have taken Hill 262. Jerry's fallen back. Hard.
Towards us?
Every last godforsaken one of them.
We're gonna need more ammo.
Ammo! We need more ammo!
Where's the ammo?
I need a clip! On the right! Concentrate your fire! Where's the damn artillery? Here comes more of them! Get to cover! Move! Get on that 30 cal!
Los, los jetzt! Los, los jetzt!
They'll be moving armor Find us some anti-tank weapons.
Stick with me! Feindliche Truppen verlassen die Deckung!
Find us some anti-tank weapons. gets back! Los, Lucas!
Hinter dem Lager!
Fire in the hole! We have to hold till Huxley gets
Hey,
back!
Idiot! Was ist das hier?
Keep the pressure on him! We have to hold till Huxley gets back! Let's move out!
Deckung bei der flachen Mauer suchen!
They have us pinned down! Where the hell is Huxley with that bazooka? Fall back! Fall back to rally point! All right, let's move out!
Bewegung! Keine Zeit verschwenden!
Hinter die Sandsäcke! You're going home in a coffin, Fritz! I'm anti-reloading! Na los! Los jetzt!
Er braucht Hilfe! Er wurde getroffen!
Hold this position! Hinter den Wagen! Germans! Keep holding! Los geht's!
In Deckung hinter den Sandsäcken!
Er braucht Hilfe! Er wurde getroffen! Hold for support!
Okay, Bewegung! Keine Zeit verschwenden!
A new clip! Cover! Take cover!
Los
Into the
geht's!
church! Double time! Move! Suzo, get us some air support! Sanitäter! Time to go! Get moving! Mir nach! Germans! By the sandbags! Hinter den Sandsäcken in Schutz! Schnell! Er braucht Hilfe! Er wurde getroffen!
Nah bei mir bleiben! Hinter die Sandsäcke!
Out of here! Move! Get up or you're dead! Need air support, now! Popping smoke to mark our location! Stay with me, buddy.
Wenn du unter der Erde liegst, piss ich auf dein Grab, Army!
You're going home in a coffin, Fritz! They're gonna kill us! Our own bombs!
Guy's got a point. This
No,
happens
it's
again, I'm done
It's gonna
calling
be
in air
fine.
support.
Stay cool, alright? There's our way out!
Er braucht Hilfe, er wurde getroffen!
Get the cover! Move! Go, go, go!
Sanitäter!
Sanitäter! Vienna! Germans in the open!
Achtung, Granate!
Mitkommen!
Keep up the fire, guys! I'm empty, reloading! Come on, let's go! Find some cover! Behind those crates! Come on, let's go! That's Baker Company. They need reinforcements on the other side of town. You heard the man. Double time it. Move! Keep firing! Use those sandbags for cover! Out of here! Move! Entdeckung gehen los! Get to the cover of those supply crates! Los jetzt! Over by those crates! Out of here! Northeast! Move! Follow me! support!
Say again! We've got armor advancing on our position! Need air support! Damn it! Radio's hit!
Anyone have any flares? Get it, you mark targets with flares, you'll end up getting killed.
Listen, it's better than those tanks running me over. Give me your flares.
Get your ass back here quick. Give me a runner! We're marking targets with flares! Cover Guzzo! Air support will take out whatever's near those flares! That MG's gonna rip Guzzo apart! Support!
Say again! We've got armor advancing on our position! Need air support! Damn it! Radio's hit!
Anyone have any flares? Forget it, you mark targets with flares, you'll end up getting killed.
Listen, it's better than those tanks running me over. Give me your flares.
Get your ass back here quick. Give me a runner! We're marking targets with flares! Guzzo's pinned down by that MG! Cover Guzzo! Air support will take out whatever's near those flares!
Guzzo's in trouble!
That MG's gonna rip Guzzo apart!
out that MG before it kills Guzzo!
Get back here, you idiot!
Guzzo's shot!
Nichols! Guzzo's lying right next to a flare! We gotta get him out before air support arrives! Follow me! Let's move, Nichols! That was damn foolish of you, Guzzo. Let's move, Nichols! Fall back to rally point!
Dixon's down!
Where the hell's that damn medic?
The medic's down!
Oh, damn it! Dix!
McCullen.
Forget him, Dix.
McCullen told me to tell you.
You're not dying like him.
He told me to tell you. You should go to hell.
Stay with me.
But you're okay, Guzzo.
Dix.
You're okay.
Come on, buddy.
God damn it!
Somebody get me a bandage for my leg here!
Who's in charge here?
What do you need, Private?
Jerry's falling back. Your squad's needed on the other side of town to drive him out.
Alright, go with us! We could use the firepower. The rest of you, ammo up, leave your gear. Just your weapons and bullets. Here's the situation. We're taking out this tank. Bazooka advances straight down the street. Squad flanks through the buildings on the left. Nichols, you take point.
Rüber zu dem Kistenstapel! Bewegung! Er braucht Hilfe! Er wurde getroffen!
Find some cover, damn it!
I'm taking a lot of fire over here!
I'm empty, reloading!
I'm taking a lot of fire over here!
Pour it on!
Mann am Boden!
Northeast!
Deckung!
I got one! I got one!
In Deckung!
Weiter vorstoßen!
Out! Come on! Let's get some fire on that line!
Deckung bei den Kisten! Los!
I'm low on rounds!
One less Jerry to worry about!
Na los, los jetzt!
All right, let's move out! In the open! Northeast!
Mann am Boden! In Deckung bei den Kisten! Los!
In Deckung!
Mit mir kommen! In Deckung hinter den Sandsäcken!
wurde getroffen!
Hinter die Sandsäcke! One less Jerry to worry about! Los, los, los!
Germans in the open!
Keep the pressure on 'em! Es wird Zeit! Los jetzt! And stay down! Come on, let's go!
Jerry's trying to flank our boys! Let's go!
Hier ein Geschenk von der deutschen Armee! Bewegung!
Er braucht Hilfe, er wurde getroffen!
Move out!
Hinter die Sandsäcke! Mit mir kommen!
Join up with that other squad!
Germans in the open! To the east!
One less Jerry to worry about! Move out!
I'm empty! Reloading!
Los, los, los! Time to kick some ass!
In the open!
Weiter vorstoßen! Mann am Boden! Mann am Boden! Vorwärts! In Deckung!
Reloading! I got one! I got one!
I'm out!
In Deckung bei den Kisten! Go, go, go! In Deckung bei den Kisten! Nah bei mir bleiben! Er braucht Hilfe! Er wurde getroffen!
Come on! Give him hell!
One less to worry about!
Mit mir kommen! Er braucht Hilfe! Er wurde getroffen!
Good job! Jerry's making a final push on the east side of town. Let's move like we've got a purpose. All right, let's move out!
Let's go!
Focus on our sector! Bravo's got the west!
In Deckung!
Oh crap, I'm out! Reload!
Na los jetzt!
Hold on!
Sanitäter! Keep moving forward! Feindliche Truppe verlassen die Deckung! Südlich von uns!
It's in the open! To the southeast!
Mir folgen! Time to go! Get moving!
Use that car for cover! Focus on our sector! Bravo's got the west! Follow me!
Mann am Boden! Los geht's! Geh in Deckung!
Feindliche Truppen verlassen die Deckung! Los geht's! Westlich von uns! German infantry! Sanitäter!
Let's go! Take your heads off!
Come on, let's go!
Let's go! All right, let's move out!
Push the bastards back! And stay down! Take cover! Time to go! Get moving! Germans! To the north!
Almost! Man down!
Armor! Keep moving forward!
Take cover by that flak gun! I'm taking a lot of fire over here!
Nach vorn!
Hey, du Idiot! Fang das hier!
Germans!
They have us pinned down!
Use that car for cover! Weiter, vorwärts! Hinter den Sandsäcken in Schutz! Schnell! Sanitäter! I got one! We got a man down! Germans in the open! Cover me! I'm reloading! Get the cover! Move!
Focus on our sector! Bravo's got the west!
In the open! North! Move in!
Braucht Hilfe! Wurde getroffen!
Oh!
What's the matter? Not used to the enemy shooting back?
Bewegung!
Damage in the open!
One less to worry about!
Feindliche Infanterie! Er braucht Hilfe! Er wurde getroffen!
Keep moving forward!
Focus on our sector! Bravo's got the west!
Close!
Reloading!
In Deckung!
Use that car for cover!
Sanitäter!
Feindliche Truppe verlassen die Deckung! In Deckung! Westlich von uns! Los geht's!
Feindliche Infanterie! Neben den Kisten! Move forward!
Bewegung! Achtung, werf eine Granate!
Infantry! Northeast! Go! Come on, give them hell! I'm reloading!
Feindliche Truppen verlassen die Deckung! Im Südwesten!
All right, let's move out! Enemy down!
Einer!
Get the cover! Move!
Mann am Boden! Hey, meine Waffe ist leer! Lade nach! Mir folgen!
I got one! I got one!
Keep the pressure on them!
Hey, meine Waffe ist leer! Lade nach!
Drop him!
Feindliche Truppen verlassen die Deckung! Südwestlich von uns! Los jetzt!
All right, let's move out!
Germans in the open!
Feindliche Infanterie! Gib auf! Wir wissen doch beide, dass du keine Chance hast!
Got one!
Hinter den Sandsäcken in Schutz! Schnell! Sanitäter!
Germans!
Got him on the run!
Northeast!
Armor!
Take cover by that shotgun! Incoming! I'm empty! Reloading! Man down!
Go, go, go!
They have us pinned down!
Come on, let's go! Hinter die Sandsäcke!
Get the cover! Move!
Watch it! I'm throwing a grenade! German tank! Reloading! Ground armor!
Heads up, German tank!
Stick with me! Heads up, German tank!
German troops! Northeast!
Go, go, go! Hinter den Sandsäcken in Schutz! Schnell!
Guys! Hit them up! I'm Guzzo. One rule, you're no good to me dead.
What kind of pep talk was that? You want inspiration, Private? Read a poem.
Canadian and American reinforcements arrive to help seal the Falaise Gap and close off any route of escape for the retreating German soldiers. Four days later, Allied forces liberate Paris, bringing an end to the Battle of Normandy.
Ну что ж, мы с вами закончили Call of Duty 3. Ох, и знатно было очень. Вы уж простите, что такие заторможения были во всех частях и в сериях. Ну, точнее, в частях этой игры на Это, видимо, из-за эмулятора. Я играл чисто на мать его, уж забыл. Но не на клавиатуре, сразу говорю. Все вспомнил, джойстик. Да, знатно была битва. Мы с вами побились. Да, это я ошибочно сделал. Оказывается, это была Фалезская операция. Фалезская операция началась сразу до того, как закончилась операция Кобра. А операция Кобра закончилась тем, что мы взяли городок Сен-Ло. Из-за этого уже началась история про Фалезскую операцию и так далее. Давайте, вам, наверное, интересны титры. Как их убрать? Черт! О, все убрал. Давайте, что нас там ждет? Так, загрузочка. Да-да, мы это поняли. Давайте посмотрим в доп. Материалы, что у нас тут. Титры неинтересные, ролики. Как интервью с ветеранами. Давайте-ка послушаем. Здесь, походу, американец. Это поляк, видимо. А это канадец, если так вот. Тогда бы сделали британцев. Хотя Канада еще в 20 веке, еще когда была и вторая, и до второй еще принадлежала, была еще британской колонии. Потом стала, наверное, бывшей, я не знаю, в каком году. Надо подсмотреть. Давайте-ка посмотрим интервью.
Got assigned to the company up in the hedgerows, and they had just come off of a pretty bad beating up a hill number. Everything was hill number, I don't know, 122 or something. Didn't make any difference. We were some of the first replacements that they got in, and that started the go-round. We were in the deep hedgerows, which is the best place in the world to defend and the worst place in the world to attack, especially if the people that you're attacking have been there for a year or two, know every place, had it all well zeroed in. You sat in one place too long, why, you got a mortar in your hind pocket, the left or right, it didn't make any difference. Till we got out of there and started across the country with General Patton, why, it was touch and go. But the first action that I really saw was Sevis Island, and that's was not a good experience. We went up through Bourg St. Leonard, which I remember because we got really shelled, and they were really trying to keep the gap open. The Falaise Gap was a place where 3 or 4 major highways went through a big set of rolling hills. They called them mountains, we called them hills, and they all came through the same place at this town of Shambua, which formed what they called the Gap, the Falaise Gap. And they were trying to get everything they could out of it. It was the worst mess you ever saw. I never have seen such carnage. We moved on up into the town of Shambua, went through the town, and set up in the edge of an orchard. We pulled in there at night and set up our machine guns to cover the field, which was where anybody could largely attack from us. There was a lot of noise across the field, but we couldn't tell what it was. It was getting dark. So we set up and bedded down. We'd been a long ways that day. When we got up at the crack of dawn, there's even more noise over there, and all of a sudden, it occurs to us when we could see real well, those are Germans making all that noise. And on top of that, they're lining up tanks and setting up guns. Well, we started shooting at the trucks and cars and stuff, and the people we could see running around, and the tanks were maneuvering, and pretty soon across the field they came. And one of the things you learned was you don't shoot 30 caliber machine guns at big tanks. And there's several reasons. First, it gets their attention, which you really don't want. And second, it makes them mad, which is even worse. And third, it doesn't do any good at all. It just does the first two things. But we shot off the infantry that they had for support. We could do that. A couple of trucks behind them, we managed to set them on fire. But as the tanks got closer, there wasn't anything we could do. And so the lieutenants that was with us and the sergeant says, sit tight, until they get real close. Because if they're real close, they can't see very well. And if you've shot off their infantry, they do that. Well, we waited till they got right in almost amongst us, and then we took off. We went back across the stream, set up in the farm, and the tanks milled around for a while, but with no support, they were vulnerable, so they backed off and went back across the field. Pretty soon they lined up to come up again, and we shot at what we could and then took off again and back towards, but we'd got up some tank destroyers, which were we finally learned that our Shermans couldn't outgun an 88. But we brought them up to the edge of the ditch, but they couldn't see through this orchard and all the sheds and stuff that were there. And we're back screaming at them, get those tanks off of us, and they said, we can't see them, we can't shoot them. Well, then comes the idea, maybe early on shell shock or something, I don't know. I can see where they are, and I can see you. If I show you where they are, will you fire blind? And then we'll correct. And they said, sure. So, all right, I line it up myself and say that small building there, which were made just out of almost loose stones. There's a big tank right behind that one. You aim at me, and I'll line up. I'll get out of the road, and then you shoot. And those guys are good. They would put an armor piercing through the building and then follow it up with an HE. And they never parked in wide open. They parked behind trees or bushes or something. And they knocked out 2 tanks and chased another one off. And that was working. I'm still out in the middle, feeling pretty smart, and hiding behind an apple tree, apple orchard. Well, I didn't see the 3rd tank or the 4th tank or whatever one it was, and he shoots me right through the apple tree. French apple trees are not worth a damn. Bullet penetrated the tree and most of the way through my leg without ever hitting anything vital. What the sensation is, I don't recommend it, but it felt like being hit with a sledgehammer. And I honestly couldn't tell you whether I had a leg, didn't have a leg, it was busted, or I could run like hell. Tank is coming after me. He quit shooting. I guess he's going to run over me. I don't know. Maybe he thought he didn't need to. And real quick decision, either I can run like hell or this is it. And I took off out of there like a screaming bullet. Ran around the corner of a building and fell over another tank. This is one of the so-called humorous things that you like to remember later. A clang. I ran into that thing. It must have made a terrible racket. Fell down, looked up, and there's a German up in the turret trying to assess the situation. I suppose a tank commander maybe. And for once, thank goodness for training, I was still carrying my rifle. And I recovered before he did and shot him. He went plunk down the tank, and I went zip again back towards Mother. Mother, that's the 2 tank destroyers. The tank's right behind me. They said that I got about 40, 50 feet from the ditch, and he went zip down in the ditch. I'm snuggled up between dead horses, cows, Germans, in this creek in the bottom. Anyhow, when the smoke cleared, they'd knocked out a couple of the tanks, damaged the other ones, so they left, and came down in the ditch and dragged me out. Said they had to pour some water over me before they could get too close to me. I'm deafer than a post. Got me up the top and checked me out to see that other than the hole in my leg, which at the speed I'd come in wasn't too bad, washed me down. I went over to an aid station, and doctor slaps a super Band-Aid on it and said, "You want to go to the hospital?" And I said, "No, I'm still mobile." And once they closed the gap and the prisoners started, as soon as we shot up to the last tanks, white flags started popping up. We'd had a lot of different people wounded and everything. And the problem was, once they sent them to the hospital, we didn't get them back. And you get really attached. They say family ties are strong. The ties you get with the people you serve with like that are about as strong as they can get.
Так, это было интервью американского ветерана, сержанта Джон Хоук. Давайте послушаем интервью ветерана. Тоже, кажется, сержант Маркут, поляк. Давайте его послушаем.
In Sherman tank, I was my function was the main gunner. The whole team was 5 of us. The commander of the tank, I was the gunner, then a loader and a radio operator, and then down in the front there was a driver and a second driver, which also had a machine gun in the bottom. So now, my very beginning, when we went in a battle not very far from Caen, was a little shaky. After a couple of days, you get used to it. So when you see killed people, killed soldiers, you don't react. It's only first day that you are shaking. And after that, well, it's like a nothing, because your affection is different, I mean, because you get used to it. Until we got on that hill 262, the Falaise. That was a hell. I don't know how many vehicles we destroyed. We lost 5 tanks. In my tank, we got 2 anti-tank bullets. One bullet hit the transmission where the oil flown everywhere and a fire started. So in a tank, the oil was burning. So now the main driver was killed. Second next to him was killed. I was shocked and lost my power to do anything. I was halfway, didn't know what to do. But the loader, he got out first. The commanding, he jumped out from the tank. The loader and the radio operator, by me, he got out, and I hardly came to the tower, to the opening on the top. And he helped me out. He grabbed me in here by my arms in here, and he helped me to pull me out. But he left me halfway hanging. He fell because he burned more his side, because the flame was going through the hole and my legs were burning. By the time I got out, so one thing I remember up to today, for a moment I was thinking, what is heavier, the legs or my head? If the legs are heavier, I slip again. I didn't have any power to move if my head, then maybe so, and I fell by the tank and lost my memory and conscience, and that was all. When I woke up, I was about maybe 300, maybe 500 yards away in the woods, and covered somebody covered me with some kind of a blanket. But already my blood was all over, and I was burned, my hair burned. And what was left on me is on this side. But this side was already completely burned. My trousers on one legs. And so anyway, my legs were burned very, very bad. So I lay down for a couple hours, and we were laying on one path. Maybe there was about 40 of us or 30. And the German came. And they were hitting a little one officer because somehow they felt that he knows German. And they were asking if he speak German and so on. And he said, no, but they were just playing with him. And that was about an hour. Then suddenly our unit came, they ran away. So my fighting was short because between Caen and Falaise, that was over a month. And that was all.
Давайте следующее. Ой. Последнее.
When they formed us up to drive on to Falaise, they had the armor unit up front, including the British Churchill tanks. They brought those in, and they lined us up all 10 abreast, the tanks, and the Churchill tanks had flamethrowers with them. They pulled a tank behind it, an armored tank behind, holding the fluid, and the line ran through the tank, and they shot the fluid out the front end they would hit anywhere from 150 to 200 yards with fluid. It would burn and just burnt everything in front of them. And behind that were the Sherman tanks. And then after that, the Bren gun carriers, which were a British-Canadian unit, full-track armored vehicle, open on top. But and then behind that came the softskins, and we all rode. We were riding. In fact, I was in scout platoon. We weren't necessary to be out front. We were in the back, riding in a softskin vehicle, as the rest of the division was. The rest of the Argylls were anyway, and. So we rode in these vehicles and went right across country about 20, 25 miles. And just, I don't know, it was just hilarious to see this thing all lined up moving. And it was like a Wild West show already. The fellows were shooting their guns off and yelling and screaming and having a ball. And in the meantime, out front, they were burning up the Germans as they went with these tanks and just swept right across country. It was really a sight to behold that I would probably never see again and never would. But it was really worthwhile to see. The regular German soldier was just like anybody else. And they were just guys. I mean, they were easy to get along with, and some of them were happy to get captured, but not the SS. The German soldiers themselves, they were frightened of the SS themselves, okay? Because sometimes if they were told not to retreat, they had the SS behind them to make sure they didn't retreat, and they shoot their own men. And this P-38 that I took off this officer, we were on a sweep, and I was about to walk up. We were stationed over maybe 50 or 75 yards apart, and I came across this walkway up, driveway up into the barn, and I was going to go up into there, see if there's anybody up there. And all of a sudden, a person yelled from a ditch, he said, "Don't go up there, you better come down here with me." Spoke in very broken English. And I jumped in the ditch with him. And he was a veterinarian, and he was educated in England. And thus the broken English, but I took his gun from him, and he said, "There are 3 SS in that barn, and they'll kill me just as quick as they'll kill you." So I fired a couple of shots off to get the other guys to come around, and we got the 3 SS out of there. One of the guys got up and threw a grenade and got them out. Didn't hit anybody, but they got them out. In another case, the next day we were out doing another sweep, and we ran across a whole platoon of SS. And we had a little battle fight with them, killed 2 of them before they gave up. And but they were miserable. They were just really, really, really bad. I mean, they were bad to deal with, you know. Not friendly, not anything, just really bad. At the Falaise Gap, when the Germans were trying to break through, that was the worst scene I've ever seen or ever want to see ever. The Germans kept trying to push out, and they kept just mowing them down. And the Germans used a lot of horses. And the horses were piled up, and the bodies were piled up, and they just kept trying to break out. That was a really horrendous experience. We were just scattered along an area. In fact, where we were, the Germans from the battle before were still laying there, you know. So we were just kind of. It was at night, and we were around a farmyard actually. And in fact, later on, when the Germans had stopped them, and we were going back, and it was so dark that you couldn't see your hand in front of you almost. And I never will forget, another fellow and I were heading back towards the barn, and we ran smack dab into a cow and scared the devil out of us because we didn't know there was a cow there, and you couldn't see it. That's how dark it was. That was unusual because always, usually at night, you'd see something, but that was a very dark night. But we got the word that to pull back, since they knew at some point in time they knew the Germans had quit. So the scout platoon got pretty well depleted by the time we got to Germany. From originally altogether maybe 30 guys, it wound up being about 10 by the time we got to Germany. The depletion got pretty heavy. I've often said that I'd never do that again, never volunteer again. But I wouldn't trade my experience for anything I've ever had, anything I've ever done. I think those 5 years I spent in the Army taught me more than I could have ever learned in any kind of schooling operation.
Ну все, наверное, это было познавательно слушать интервью ветеранов. Да, есть канадец, поляк, американец. Ну, конечно, еще и британец, и русские бы. Ну, чтобы типа, вот, ну, например, хотя бы Call of Duty 2. Вот так вот бы. Тоже интервью бы. Это, наверное, вот такие доп. Материалы. Давайте посмотрим, сколько мы прошли главы. Мы с вами герои, мы дошли до конца. Пусть даже кровью и потом. Но мы прошли с вами, как сказать, оригинальную трилогию Call of Duty 3. Что нас уже будет ждать? Уже ждать нас будет медаль за отвагу 2010-го. И его еще продолжение. Последнее. Это уже последняя часть медальки. Конечно, идут слухи, что выйдет еще медалька, еще какая-то часть. Но по мне, это делать ее виртуально, реальностью, очками, мне как-то, знаете, я этому, можно сказать, чуть-чуть брезгую. Мне не нравится, типа, вот так вот, как в виртуальных очками, вот так вот, тыщ-тыщ-тыщ, бах-бах, и так далее. Ну, такие джойстики, ну, совсем. Мне нравятся классические джойстики. Нравится просто вот так вот управлять. А это какое-то управление, знаете, ну, как-то, ну, не по мне, можно так сказать. Мне нравится на клавиш, мне нравится на простых джойстиках, какая-то какие-то такие, ну, своеобразные, непонятные. Так что... Что-то я опять заговорился. Что я могу сказать? Подписывайтесь на мой канал, ставьте лайки, может даже и дизлайки. Но лучше бы лайки. Комментарии оставляйте. Гневные, не гневные. Прочитаю, если будет время. Эх, ладно. Давайте закругляться. Всем спасибо, всем пока.